The comment this morning or on the way up here was, it looks like an open library. Right? It's just beautiful, there's glass, it's welcoming people in. That's fine, right? The developers always try to make it look pretty, but it's a good sign that they're starting to care about what people think. Right? And this is that a lot, MIDA has the authority to push this thing through, but they're not going to do that because of it. And that's why we should be practical, we should be fact-based. I do want to say, arrested individuals is out of bounds. Right? If we disagree with the county commissioners, if we disagree with the MIDA board, we do not attack them. Right? A foundational principle of our country is that we collaborate peacefully. Right? That is how we're going to do this. And so as we engage, I understand that it can really, it can make you feel emotional, it can make you feel grief. We need to take that upper path, and treat them with dignity and respect. It makes us harder to ignore. But when we act based on sound science and from our values, right, loving one another, caring for one another, we will be absolutely unstoppable. And we'll be able to make sure we have that. Short answer, no, it's a very legitimate concern. It's hard to convey the scale of what we're talking about. Hundreds of acres of industrial scale plants, where even much smaller projects have been built, such systems, noise issue at all frequencies that we bring up. Yet again, this is why we need an actual real analysis to tell us what's happening.
So my name is Zach. I don't have a lot of questions. I'm trying to put this on. But I know people, kind of commissioners, who don't know what we talk about. Having better, having respect, comprehensive people. The people that I know from the county commissioners, conversations like that kind of imply that the commissioners are put in a position where even if they vote no, the way it's still contrary. So that's the kind of question you probably don't have to answer. But it's my idea that they push it through, and the commissioners put in a position where they were told, this is something no matter what, you either get on board, you either hand on the steering wheel, or you say no, and you don't have any say whatsoever.
First, I think level set with what a bind to put the county in for this framing. You either get a deal that you have virtually no input on, or not be involved in the process whatsoever. And I just want to express, just how frustrating that is. And so to speak to that, I think we have looked into the statute around this, and in the statute for MIDA, if they are operating on property that is within a county, unzoned county land, they have to have authorization by the county commissioner via a resolution. So for those who were here a few weeks ago, that is what that resolution did. It gave them that land use authority. And that is 40,000 acres of the 41,200 acres that the project area consists of is on that unzoned county land. So if we're able to say no and file a referendum on that decision, that removes that authority. So I think that's why there's so much excitement around the important work that the Box Elder Accountability Referendum is doing, is that basically is a pathway to say, let's put this decision up to Box Elder County residents through a robust process where we can assess what is going on here, and then have residents decide if this is the right fit for the county. But when I defer to you,
did you have anything to add to that, Rebecca? Sorry, I thought you were going to comment.
As far as whether they have honor agreements, everybody needs to go look up State Code 63H and memorize it. Because they don't have to honor a thing that these something that they're doing. Once the project is turned over to MIDA, it's MIDA's project.
what was the number?
63H.
Hi, I'm Box Elder residents, and And my work experience is in data management. I've been studying data stuff for a long time, seeing what the trends have been. And the other big aspect of my work is to train non-native, digital non-natives or older people on on technology, and it's very rewarding work. So I love what everybody's doing right now to learn and to increase their knowledge about the goings on of this industry. And I really appreciate, I don't know if it's the symbol up here, this is a good representational move for us to learn from. So I'm not trying to throw anything under the bus because I am absolutely in the lane of the referendum and how we're going to take as much action as we can to stand in the way of this as possible. But I just would like to hear from each of the panelists because what has been proposed would be two consulting groups, two committees that would come together with people participating from the community, supposedly, and I can't remember exactly how they'll be chosen on the road, and of course it could change. But that being said, if community members have to or get to participate in committees that help kind of provide transparency with the project if it goes forward, I would like to hear from you guys what kind of person or what community role or what expertise would you hope would be on that committee, especially if this is something in your backyard.
Thanks for that question. The first thing that I'd say is we actually need the data scientists who can evaluate if this project even would accomplish its stated goals. So there's been a claim that we need these kinds of hyperscale data centers to combat China. And if you look at what China has done, they've actually overbuilt their AI capacity. Over 60%, these are all estimates, because you can't get good data out of CCP. But these are, you can get protesters out of over 60% of their server capacity in China is currently sitting unused. So they just went willy-nilly, they built a bunch of these data centers all around. And so my first question about this project is, does it actually accomplish its stated goals? And so we need the data scientists who can say, yeah, this is really going to help with innovation, with national security, with all of these other things. Otherwise, we could end up with a huge stranded asset. That's one type of data, or one that.
I'm really conflicted about the question because I have my doubts about whether any citizen panel will be listened to on this. So my first foray into MIDA and was with the Inland Port Authority. And because there's an inland port that was proposed near the wetlands where I live in Weber County. And what we saw with that is that there just is a pattern of completely running over a citizen process. Starting with Salt Lake County, the inland port just completely steamrolled Salt Lake County. And MIDA is like a supercharged inland port. So I'm sad to say it, but I'm not sure any panel would make much difference.
I think to a similar end, they're having looked at the interlocal agreement that the county commissioners signed on to. While there are, some roles where the community can provide input, it's important to see who has the final say. And what is clear from reviewing that document is MIDA gets the final say on these things. So I think it's important to remember that. But nevertheless, finding ways for the county to weigh in is important, but I think it is important to clarify who really has authority in this area now. They operate as their own municipal body now with that resolution signing that, which is why a referendum is so important.
So, this is actually the first I've heard of the committee. But I think what this is yet another opportunity for us to widen our view and the conversation.